To the millions and millions of hustlers around the world and those that are aspiring to be. Say, this is the young King Whidbee, and the man next to me, the myth, the legend. That's the homie Jay Betts. And this is Life and Hustle. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's jump right into it. This episode is called Hustlemania. What's the first thing that pops into your mind when you hear Hustlemania?
Man, smackdown hustle, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just hustling on another level, man. You know, that 30-day run type. We ain't spending nothing, we ain't doing nothing, we just get into it. That's
Okay,
what
I hear
you know.
you. Yeah. For me, I think about all the crazy things that you experienced, that you've seen, that you went through, that you lived through. That's that hustle mania, you know, the unexpected, the wild-ish, you know? And
Yeah,
by
no,
me
that's
saying that, let me get into question one. Crazy moments. Name 2 crazy moments that you experienced.
shit, I got a lot of crazy moments,
During your
man. Shit, I got a lot of crazy moments, man. But I would say, let's say, damn, I got something. I'm trying to think of some, if not appropriate, but
the world needs to
okay.
hear this.
I remember, one time, just well, shit. This was one time I was like homeless. I was hustling downtown San Diego, and we was living in a shelter. Me, and my mom, and my sister, and shit.
Yeah.
And at that time, like when I was hustling, my mom knew, like, you know what I'm saying, little things I was doing and shit. I mean, some things I couldn't hide on me, you know what I'm saying. But at this time, we was like slinging cigarettes, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
slinging packs of cigarettes, right? So it was crazy because like it was a lot of smokers, like I mean, like dope smokers, right? With me, and they knew my name, and
Okay.
it was this bad little chick. You feel me? This bad little chick. I mean, I was serving too. Like I was, you know, what I'm saying, serving to do my thing, but I was selling cigarettes at the time, and she had
Okay.
bought some cigarettes from me and shit. And I don't know how to work it out, but she had wanted to buy some from me later on, right? And I was just like, oh, because when she hit me, I'm thinking like she's trying to get some, you know what I'm saying, cigarettes. She was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what, like, you know what I'm saying? So basically she got, you know what I'm saying, I started her shit, and she wanted to talk with me too, but I was like, you know, I'm cool. Like,
Oh, man, I don't know.
come to find out, it
Mm-hmm.
was a nigga that I know, uh, and we didn't really get along, but it was, I
Yeah.
know, it was his mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was his mom, and it was just funny to me because, you know what I'm saying, type. I wouldn't call him an op or enemy like that, like,
Yeah.
because like I didn't really care about, like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't care about what he was really talking about, but just for some people that be thinking that, you know what I'm saying, like they're above you or whatever the case may be, was like, you don't even know your mom smoked dope, nigga. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
serving her, and if I really was that type of person, I could have gave her a bad batch, or I could have, you know what I'm saying, like I could have really, or been up all up in his house, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, or whatever. And it was just crazy to me because at that time, like I said, I'm still young, still like I'm in the game, but I'm like, I'm not. I would say I'm not uh deep in the game where like some people I know, like, you know what I'm saying, they doing moves to even get at, you know what I'm saying, other people. But it was just like, so it was funny to me because it's like then I knew it's like I can't be, which I know my mom wasn't like that, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like I can't be too vulnerable. You feel me? If you understand what I'm saying, it was like because if people knew I had homies or family members or something like that, it'd be easy to touch me. You know what I'm saying, or have me somewhere and they could rob me. You feel me? It was
Yeah.
just like you never know who's who, like, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then uh, I would say uh, the next time was just like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Uh, I remember time when I just switch it up. But that's probably like a funny, like cool little time. Like, but I remember one time like I was in the hustle, and this time I was making money, you know what I'm saying, and I was being a little flashy, you know what I'm saying. They see me with cars and jewelry,
Mhm.
and I almost got robbed. I mean, like, like I almost got
Mhm.
robbed on me, and just luckily, um, my status and my name, and because I was prepared to, uh,
Yeah.
it didn't happen. But it was a crazy moment, and it woke me up. It was just like damn, I could have lost my life. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Like how
Hell
how
yeah.
how it went.
Mhm.
Because I was baby slipping. I was baby slipping. Even though you know what I'm saying, I had protection at that time, but like, you know, it was gonna take you to get to your protection and your weapon or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I kind of didn't know that's what was going on until I kind of like thought about it, like, hold on, like it's moving tricky. You feel me? And it was kind of like the
Yeah.
last moment,
Hell yeah.
but it didn't
Mhm.
go down like it could have. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, was trying to rob me, and that's just kind of the ups and downs of certain hustle niggas is into.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that would have been tragic for. But what about you?
Me, the first one would be before I went to the Corps, like you said, doing street stuff. So we basically on the East Coast, you basically had all the states down, and then you come out. Basically, you re up it.
Mm,
So it was like four of us in a damn bucket, and one of the guys was already acting weird because I was like, "Yo, whatever happens, if they act funny, no matter what,
mm,
you just shoot. You know what? You get caught, you get caught. Don't matter." And then he's like, I don't want to kill nobody. And I was like, nobody said you had to kill nobody. Just keep it in your mind. You might have to shoot somebody. I didn't say kill.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the only time you're right, like, I don't want to kill nobody. So everybody getting agitated. We're like, man, this dude pussy as fuck. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? So we arguing because we like, why you bring him? Like, he ain't even ready for this. And then the dude was like, I don't want to kill nobody. So we like, shut the fuck up. So we had Baltimore, then we had VA, and then we on the way back we stop in Jersey, and Jersey racist as hell. The Italian cops they don't play that. We get pulled over. This nigga's like, I don't want to kill nobody. I'm like, why you still keep saying that? The fucking cop comes, knocks on the window, tells us to roll it down. This motherfucker shits on himself, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? And then the cop was like, what's wrong with him? And I was like, oh, he ate some bad food. We just trying to rush home, you know. And then luckily that he shitted on himself, because if not, we was done, like stupid. And I
Oh,
was
okay. He said that kind of helped the nigga. Like,
like, man, I was like, and after that
and
we
that
called him Shitty, you know, Shitty Ish. That was his name.
he said they got a new name.
Hell yeah.
But I tell you, just one more story. I tell you some shit, and it actually changed my life. But we was in. I used to be well, you know, at the time I used to be a jack boy and shit, and I used to
Okay.
just do a lot of another reason I could talk about this because I already went to jail and shit for it anyway. But yeah, I was on jack boy shit, and I won't say no names, but individual that I know that I'm cool with. Uh, 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 it was his lick like type shit,
Mhm.
and he involved me, kind of involved me without telling me, but just involved me. But when I knew, I knew. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And this is why this is why I even bring this up because I remember when I was growing up, um, my dad wasn't always there. He wasn't like a big influence, but one thing he always told me was like, do your dirt by yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
So I went to fuck with him for the lick, and it was he had like his homies with him. You feel me? And all these cats is older. I'm like hella young. I ain't even. Still a minor at this time. Probably was like
Mhm.
15 or something, 14, 15 at this time. And motherfucking goddamn. So the lick happened or whatever, right? And we did the lick or whatever, right? First nigga, if anybody get caught, nigga, don't tell. Whoa, whoa. Now, mind you, I'm the youngest out of everybody, so he looking at me like specifically too, like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like niggas might not be snitching, whoa, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about going hard too, like, you know what I mean? Like niggas got
Yeah.
me fucked up, nigga. You better get at you know what I mean? Your peoples,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, whoa, nigga. Uh, niggas get caught up. He the first one to get caught up. He the first one to get snatched. Tell me who
Right.
the first one telling. This nigga, you know what I mean? Like
Of course.
telling. I mean, I'm talking about
Yeah.
telling. Telling on a nigga and niggas went to jail and shit. It was so crazy because it was like that was when that shit happened,
Mm-hmm.
that was like the last like time I ever like, you know what I'm saying, had anything to do with like jacking and shit. But
Okay.
it was a reminder, it was just like when this shit happened, I went to jail, it was like they used to tell me, do your dirt by your lonely, you know what I mean? And it was, and then the first nigga that always say something is the first nigga that's gonna crack. And
Right.
that shit let me know it's just like, don't, if you're gonna be doing anything in that sense, don't
Mm-hmm.
be messing with people. Do your dirt by your lonely. Like,
Right.
but it was crazy
Exactly.
because it was life changing on me. It was just like the first nigga fucking telling me not and everybody not to do anything, or you know what I mean, was the first
Mm-hmm.
one on me. Like shit was crazy. That was like some maniac
Yeah.
shit. Like
Yeah. That's that
actually
Hustlemania right there.
animaniacs. I call it
Mm-hmm.
animaniacs because niggas a
Okay.
goofball like
Yeah.
for saying some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Crazy.
let's get to the next one. Name a person who was has played a major role in your hustle.
For me, I would have to say my brother Chris because, like I said in the last episode, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have left New York, and I probably would have been dead. Like he was the only one telling me, "You need to get out. You know, there's nothing here. Don't even think about it." Even when I was in boot camp, and I was like, these drill instructors screaming on me, I'm about to punch them in their face, and he rated me. He's like, "No, don't do that. Just suck it up," you know. And then, like every time I have doubt that this ain't for me, he's always the one saying, "No, no, you got chosen to do what you do, so you got to keep going no matter what. We look up to you." Um, Even when it comes to the business, and usually the stuff that I sell, I would like price it low because I know a lot of people can't afford it, even though they can, but they not. And he's like, no, if they're gonna pay $50 for a new era fitted, then your hat is $50 or more. Like that's how he's telling me. Like, don't ever outprice yourself. You know, you're equal just
Mm,
like these other brands. They want Nike, they're gonna get free, man. You know, stuff like that. And I would say the one thing that has stood out to me when it comes to my brother, you know that my favorite artist is DMX. And then when DMX died, he called me, and then he was like crying on the phone because he was like, "I know how you feel, and that's how I feel about you. I don't want you slipping up. Know that I want you to make it. You're going to make it. All you got to do is get the fan base, and you got it. Like you got the skills, and you got the hustle. Just keep doing it. Stay focused." So that's the one person that stands out to me on this hustle's journey. What about you?
well, I had a few people, but my number one person was as well as you was my big brother.
Hmm.
Um, this nigga, he was doing a lot on me. He was in the streets, and some things he taught me wasn't even in direct of teaching me, but just me
Yeah.
seeing some of the shit he was doing kind of enlightened me to know it's like, okay, that's how I need to move. Um, I remember just a one time, like before they had digital scales like that, they
Hmm.
had like it was damn near like a keychain scale like type shit,
Yeah.
right? And I remember fucking one time he took me to go pick up, you know what I'm saying? And it was getting a large, you know, he used to get large quantities of whatever product he was getting. It didn't matter what it was. And
Okay.
I remember he was just always saying it was like, and I'm watching him, and this nigga sit right there, you know what I mean, and weigh out everything, you know what I'm saying, before anything weighing it out, you feel me? And
Hmm.
it was just like, you know what I mean, and whatever he did, like when he deal with women, just like anything he ever did, and I seen it was just it let me know it was like, yo, like, and then he would tell me like, this how you gotta move, like you fuck everything and everybody, you know what I'm saying? when it comes to business, you got to be able to be firm and control the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and always, even if you're scared, like be scared of nothing. Don't never let them see you sweat, type shit.
Right.
And that's
Exactly.
how I always move. Was like when I did get off the porch and get into my own shit and start doing my own thing. That's just how I moved. I didn't give a fuck about nothing and nobody. I gotta make sure I'm good about it. And if I feel some type of way, I ain't doing it. So my brother
Right.
just like whatever it was, like even when it came to rapping or um making clothes or anything, it was just like do it to the gusto. Do it, go big, homie. Don't do no mediocre shit. And if you got to, don't have too many hands in the pot. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of less like, you know what I mean? No middleman type shit. If I'm gonna
Right.
do something,
Exactly.
go to the source. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Right.
So shout out to my brother, like, you know what I'm saying? He did put me on, like, you know what I mean, and it did pay off in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But yeah, respect to you, bro. Okay. So, at what level do you find true love or self love? Beginning, middle, or at the end, or close to the end?
Never really in the beginning, because
Never.
you don't know something until you know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wouldn't even say in, because as long as you still breathing, it's not no end. So I'll probably say more of a middle. And when I
Okay.
mean this middle, is whatever you're doing, whatever you're going through, it's gonna take some experiences like a motherfucker. Like um, for me being in the game, dealing with a lot of women,
Mm-hmm.
um, I didn't know love. I didn't even I would say I didn't even comprehend that shit. Like, cause women be like, "I love you, I love you." Yeah, right. Allegedly, allegedly you love me. Like, I don't believe it, cause I didn't had women that, you know what I'm saying, had dudes and they with me. I didn't have women that, you know what I'm saying, uh, 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 be soliciting. I didn't have women that was married. I didn't have women that just, whatever. But they probably sneaking and doing some shit aside. So I never really uh, believed in that love. And then I had family, and they said they love me and shit like that, but um, I couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the actions and shit that they were showing,
Yeah.
it didn't show me like, if like that's love. Like, if that's love, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want it. Hate me. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
I don't see it. So I'd rather take your hate, because if that's what you say love, your hate probably better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But love is definitely gonna be um after experience. Just like, you know what I mean,
Right.
after I went through a lot of shit, just like I said, about some of those events and things happened before and after that. It showed me that love is not just a word. Love is an action. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
usually, with love is somebody that's gonna have your best interest at hand. And sometimes, even if it takes from them a little bit, they're willing to do it, because like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna, just like with your love with your child, a lot of the things you're doing for them, it takes a lot out of you, or you're gonna miss a lot, but you're willing to give it to them and just to make them happy or prosper. So yeah, it took me a long time. It took, so I say the life is gonna be like probably in the middle of your life, and you're gonna see what love is, because especially when you're young and shit like that, most people, they kind of shit on the ones that love them the most. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until they figure out what real love is. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they get shit on by
Yeah.
the person they love the most. So
Yeah.
yeah. What about
I
you,
hear
my
you.
man?
For me, I would say I would have to agree with you. I say the middle because in the beginning we all naive. We don't know what's going on,
Mm,
but you eventually figure it out. And I would say with self love, with self love, it would come to a point where you're like, I don't like the way I'm being treated. Like, why am I doing this? Like, I need to do it for me. And then until you realize that you're trying to portray something else or be something else instead of being you, the self love doesn't come. Once you wake up and say, "Nah, I don't want that. You ain't gonna treat me this way," that's when you realize like I gotta love myself before anything. And then when it comes to the true love, it just depends. You got to go through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of people saying that they love you, like you said, but don't love you. A lot of people that share your blood, but don't love you. A lot of emotions of how you how you my family, but you don't love me, you know. And eventually, for me, I stopped looking for it, and I was like, I still want the family, but I gotta make sure that I'm ready for that family. And then eventually, God sent me what I wanted, you know. So you just gotta keep hustling for what you want and figure it out. I know a lot of people they say that at the end is when you find true love because you completed your hustle, whatever hustle you had to get
Mm-hmm.
to the life you wanted. But then it's like once you accomplish that, you have any other goals you want, or some people dissatisfied. So for me, it's always going to be the middle because I'm never satisfied. I can have
Facts.
everything in the world, but I still want more. I still want more for myself, for my people, my family. You know, that's how I feel.
And to piggyback off that, because I didn't really say anything about self love, but I really didn't love myself until I was the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Down
Hmm.
bad, the bottom. Uh, didn't have. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And all the love and support and shit that I showed other motherfuckers, I didn't get back. So
Right.
it took me to be at shit creek type to understand it's like I am that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I control everything. If I and then until I can't, nobody can love me how I love me. So I got to be the example of
Right.
how I want my love to be, reciprocating the love, like from getting
Exactly.
the receiving the love, I should say. So it
Hmm.
took me, like I said, it took me to have nothing and to really now because with having nothing, you're isolated, and
Right.
anybody knows what isolation brings elevation. So it took that. That's how when I started doing the camera and I started to really get into media and production and it took me to buckle down because now I don't have no distractions. And now I'm seeing what I even love. I love to do, like, you know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
always loved at the camera, but I didn't spend as much as time that I probably could have because I was trying to, you know what I mean, show all this love and think I'm receiving all this love. So a lot of self-love is gonna take you to have nothing and be shit on sometimes
Hmm.
to know like that ain't love, or at least if that's love, that's not the love I want. This is
Hmm.
what I want, and then you're gonna start loving yourself, knowing yourself. And when I knew that I what I wanted, it made me be able to love myself more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds good. I hear you.
Well, what level do you find yours? No, actually, what is the greatest hustle today that you say for
For me,
yourself personally?
for
Like, yeah,
myself. Okay, for myself, I would have to say the hustle of being a dad. Cause like, excuse me, I I've been around a lot of men that had family, and like I said, I always wanted my own family. So I was always watching them, like taking the good things from them, leaving out the negatives. And I was like, one day when I have my family, I'm gonna be a great dad, no matter what. And I strive to be a great dad, even though sometimes, you know, it's frustrating, it's stressful, but you look at
mm-hmm.
your child and you're like, I'm doing it for you. When I'm going to work, when I'm doing the music, when I'm doing these videos, writing these books, I'm up late at night. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning arguing with people in China, and my son is sleeping, and my daughter is sleeping. It makes me feel like it's all worthwhile. So my greatest hustle is being a dad. Like that's all I ever wanted to be was a great dad. What about you?
And to contest, you is a great dad. I mean, you're just a
Thank
great
you.
man individual, period. But you definitely is a great dad. I love my niece and my nephew, man.
No, thank you.
Uh,
We love
but
you too.
um, but fucking I have to agree with you, man. Just being a father, man, and then after that, uh, the greatest hustle was just well because it can stem to it being the provider for my being, you know what I'm saying, to for my kids, you know what I'm
Right,
saying, to show them something so they don't have to go outside of me, you know what I'm saying?
right. Hmm.
Because a lot of us we didn't have that, so we
No.
had to go outside of our parents to find that role model, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely would agree with you being a father and a provider for my children, so now they can be able to talk to me, experience some shit that they don't have to experience. You know what I'm saying? because like I never been in a when I was especially growing up, I never been in a luxury car or
Mhm.
uh, nice places or hell even eating together all as a family, like you know what I
Right.
mean, shit like that.
Mhm.
So to be able to provide that experience for them
Right.
um, puts a fucking smile on my face, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I hear
saying?
you.
And I was a stepdad too, so you know what I mean. Being able to do that, just because I love children, period. But you know, I
Okay.
have to agree that dad shit,
Okay.
that's a
Yeah.
hustle. I mean,
Hey,
that's an ultimate hustle.
let me ask you a question because we're talking about being a dad, and I don't know about anywhere else, but like in
Yeah.
New York, if you like smashing some chick, and then she eventually has kids from somebody else, and then she'd be like, "Oh, go ask Uncle Jay for $5. Tell him that I sent you over there."
Mhm.
Have you ever been through that where some girl was like, "Yeah, go ask Uncle Jay because you like kids," or is this like, "Nah, that's just something over there that we do"?
What you mean,
Because
like
I've been,
the
cause like basically
like
when I
pretty
go
much
back
like
home
uh
and there's a girl that I was messing with and she see me, but she has kids now, and I'm like, whatever. She was just a pass around, but she was like, "Oh, go ask Uncle Stevie for $5," and the kid would come, and in my hand be like, "Uncle," they be like, "Uncle Stevie, hi, can I get $5?" And I look at them like, I don't fucking know, like who, who are you? But then I'm like, you know what? It's just a kid, so here you go. Tell your mother what's up, whatever, blah blah blah. So I
yeah.
want to know, like, you ever been through that?
Yeah, yeah. I know some women I probably wasn't like serious with that has kids now, and but with me because of how I was raised, and if they came to me, if their mama told them, or if they just came to me because sometimes they just come to you because they trust you, they feel you, like they have a connection
Yeah,
with you because they you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I would hella do it, but I'm just not gonna give it to you. I'm gonna make you do something for it. Like go wash my car or something. Like you know what I'm saying. If
yeah,
they old enough, go park my car or uh uh yeah, I got you. Pull up to the crib or pull up somewhere. You know what I'm saying. Go clean the yard or something, just so I could
okay,
teach them how to not
money,
not beg and ask. It ain't got to
yeah,
give you nothing. I mean, but work
mm-hmm.
for it. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Earn your keep. So anything that you don't have to ever owe nobody. You know what I'm saying.
yeah, you're
But
right.
yeah, definitely been through that, and shit, I still get that shit down to this day. But like I said, I'm not gonna just give them nothing unless I rock with them. I've known them for a while, and
Of course.
kind of in their life, or vice versa. But if,
Okay,
if
I hear
if
you.
they came to me and just asked me for something negative, you gonna get it, but you gonna have to earn it. like
True,
you
true,
know,
right. Okay, so we were speaking on something that's a little bit about emotions. Do you feel personally that you can be emotional on your way up?
yeah, you just gotta be able to have the balance of knowing what to put your emotions to or not. Now, um, on the way up in the hustle,
Yeah, on
um,
the hustle.
in the hustle, depending on what your hustle is,
Mhm.
no, like
Okay.
I mean, you can, but you can't. Like you know what I mean. What I mean is like okay, say for instance, if I have a product I'm selling, right?
Right.
Most of the time people gonna come up with some old sad ass story. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't have enough because my kids or my rent or whatever. You can't
Right.
be putting your feelings and your emotions into that because that's when people are gonna try to take advantage and they're gonna keep on using that to because you bent one time, they're gonna keep on thinking that you're gonna
Yeah.
bend for them. Um, uh, when it comes to people, you can but not too much. Like you know what I'm saying? Because if they see your vulnerability, they're gonna use, like I said, they're gonna use that to your to your advantage. But because you show that you're passionate about what you do, that will be able to bring sometimes more customers or sometimes more connections of people that you deal with because you're not just coming off
Right.
as some asshole or just being super tough or whatever. They see that you're human and you can. Um, but I say the emotions have to be balanced. Now, if you're just an
Right.
emotional person where you're just like you're expecting something, or you just get mad because you're going your way, it's never gonna work. But
Yeah.
if you're emotional to like, oh, I was cool with you, but then um, now it's time to set an example. You're gonna have to do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You might have to whoop some ass or have to, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. So that's when the emotions are balanced. The emotion, because all this nigga try to play me or disrespect me, that's when the emotions can come in. But you can't be emotional where it's like, that nigga crying, or
Yeah.
always bitching about, oh, they're not doing this or they're not doing that, or I let them money, I let them money, I'm looking out for them all the time, and they keep on playing me. That's what like, you know, so I'll say yes and
Right.
no. Just has everything happens for a balance. What
Yeah.
about you though?
Excuse me. I would have to agree with you with the balance part because if you emotional, meaning like if you see me and they be like, what does that say on your shirt? Like every time I go somewhere, it's always some white dude saying, what does that mean? Pyramid. I'm like, nah, it's Fremont. And I'm like amped up. Like, let me tell you about Fremont. Let me tell you about the White Rabbit. Let me tell you about Alice in Wonderland. Let me tell you why I did this. You know, I'm showing them that I'm motivated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of my company. I'm proud of
Oh
myself.
yeah, passionate.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you about me. You know, let me tell you about Stephen Whidbee. You know, but then when somebody does you wrong, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna flip out. No, you have too much to lose. You remember
Mm-hmm.
what they said, and if you need to go home or go to the gym and vent, then that's how you do it. But remember, they crossed you. Never risk what you got going on or what you're gonna have going on in the future because you was unable to control your emotions. You know, because I've seen a lot of people they was destined to make it, and next thing you know, they got emotional over a girl or some guy disrespected them, stepped on their shoes, and now they in jail or they dead or they have nothing because they lost it. They wanted to prove that they were somebody that they wasn't. And even if they was that person, they didn't have to prove nothing to nobody because at the end of the day, you only have to look yourself in the mirror and be happy for yourself, take care of yourself, you know?
Oh God. Well, speaking of that,
Right.
well, have you ever been scared trying to make it when you're on your come up to make it?
I would say yes. And the only reason why I would say I was scared because I would say it best, like with Mike Tyson, the way we was raised, we were raised to be fighters. Even when, like right now, if I haven't had a fight in a long time, I feel like, oh, my skills is losing, they slipping, so I got to fight somebody to keep my skills up. So I feel like I even had to go to therapy for this because when my son was born, I didn't want him to see the monster. I even tell people that I grew up with, don't tell my family about how I used to be. The monster is dead, the tiger is dead. I used to always feel like I was a tiger in the cage, and I'm just waiting for your dumb ass to climb over the cage, and I'm gonna get you. So I had to
Yeah.
learn like I can't be that person no more. So I ain't gonna lie, like every time I feel like somebody's trying to disrespect me or play me, I feel like that fighter, like I gotta prove, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna mess up, and everything I work hard for, my family's gonna lose. So that's I would say this is the only time I'm afraid because anytime else, I'm already my mindset is that I'm already up there. So anything you want to say about me, cool, talk down on me. But when you talking down on me, remember I'm already in the penthouse, so I don't care what you say. You know.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, even to this day, because it's still things I'm trying to do, but I do be scared because anything could happen.
Right.
Um, and not necessarily just scared, but like afraid of my actions. Maybe what
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes yeah, we think we change, but that's come back.
Yeah.
Or because that's why I kind of move how I move now too, because um some people's hate is
Right.
really
Mm-hmm.
grand, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I would hate for something to happen to my family because they hate me, you know what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm out with my family, and now they want to pull some,
Mm-hmm.
or when I do leave, and I could just because my main hustle, if I'm doing videos or if I'm doing, like, you know what I'm saying, especially when I'm doing videos, if I'm shooting a music video for somebody and they're talking about, you know, ops, or they're pulling guns or
Yeah.
whatever. Anything could happen to me. The
Right.
environment could switch real fast, and
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not aware or if I'm not watching, I got my head on the swivel. Something could happen to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Try to rob me because I got camera equipment. You know what I'm saying? Being just scared of police because now I got a fucking got I had a record, and now they put me over simple traffic
Right.
stop, but because I'm
Mm-hmm.
black, I got fake money, maybe
Yeah.
even fake guns because of that's what the video was for the movie that we're trying to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in a predicament. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just anything like just could just go left real fast. So I
Yeah.
definitely be scared, cautious, nervous, afraid, whatever you want to call it, just because it's like I don't know what this might turn into today. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So hustle, hustle, hustle. Who hustles the best? Women or men?
Um, Sometimes it just depends on the hustle. Like
Okay. Okay.
I would say that, and how the woman or the man was raised, right?
Okay. Give
So
me an
now,
example of the hustle.
speaking on that,
Mm-hmm.
getting money now is
Okay.
kind of easy for women. So
Mm-hmm.
I say now, the hustle, is definitely, I would say, women is on the top tier of that right now because um, a lot of women could just get money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how they look. Like, you know what I mean? Uh, Men, we definitely have to have something to give. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, if you got to work, you got to grind, you got you know, pull some actions or whatever. Someone, you know what I mean? But a lot of men ain't getting getting money for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you
Right.
is in a model or even if you is a pimp or whatever, you still got to put a lot of, you know what I'm saying, work in and have some kind of game about yourself. But a lot of women, um, yeah, they don't have to. So I'll say right now at the moment is this generation too. I would say women can get a lot and get a lot for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for me, I would have to say men. And the reason why I say that, you're talking about basically women like OnlyFans. If they start, if because that's like with rap. If people ain't buying your music, like, oh, I'm stressed out, like
Mm-hmm.
But they basically got to get naked. They basically got to talk seductive to all these losers just to get like I don't know, probably $1. I don't know how much it costs, whatever. But it's like you got to work extra hard when somebody can go on a porn site and see the same thing. But if your things are not going your way, then emotionally you get all messed up. We're taught from birth we don't have no emotions. You better not show no emotions. You better not cry. It's gonna be hard, but you better make it. You better find a way to make it. And if you don't make it, you're worthless. So we always have that mindset that we got to keep going until we make it. It doesn't matter what era you're in. It never changes for a man. You have to make it. You have to provide. If you don't provide, there's going to be another man that's going to provide, and you're going to be thrown away like trash. So we always got to think about that constantly. Even if these women in this era right now ain't making money, there's always going to be, it's a hustle, but there's always going to be a man that's willing to take care of you. There's no woman that's going to take care of us. Like I always tell my girl right now, if a billionaire came and she's like, I'll give you a couple million to be my sex slave, I told my girl, well, I'll give you like 2 million and I'm out of here. But what's the likelihood of that happening? Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody coming to rescue us, but there's always going to be somebody there for the women. Like the women have different hustles, but when their emotions come into play, they're not good. And that's my opinion. I don't know one woman that basically can have heartbreak after heartbreak and heartbreak and still stay strong. It's always going to be something wrong with her, something messed up, until somebody's able to smooth things out, and then she's able to get back on her feet.
But that's why. But you saying that? That's why I say. That's why I say women because all they got to do is look pretty. They can walk down the street and they can get a man that you know what I'm saying want to wife them up, want to pay their bills. They don't even know them, so you know what I'm saying. They'll always be able to get some money. But at the end of the day, it's like with a man, if that construction worker and he make really good money, say if that get hurt. his motherfucking hustle stops. You feel me?
Yeah.
But she could fucking hurt her foot and all this, but if she still look good, this is gonna still be trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to with them, and they still gonna be able to provide for them or give them something to say. You know what I mean? Even if they're not even trying to, there's so many. They're gonna try to. They're gonna give a man shit. And then I've always seen and shown and told that women that have money is not going to choose a broke ass man. Nope. But men, we will have money and we'll consider even the lady that don't got no money or and maybe even have kids. You know what I'm saying? So that that's the only reason I say women, because like you said, we come from, we got to work. Like when we was growing up, they said if you don't work, you don't eat. So we're gonna always grind, we're gonna always hustle. But sometimes some shit happens where it might stop your hustle. You know what I'm saying? You get locked up, you get hurt, you get mentally see you down bad. They ain't gonna come help you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you look like, no matter what you had. You know what I'm saying? Women, don't matter what. You can have hella kids in debt, been to jail, all this shit, as long as she look good or something. You know what I mean? Or she can provide it for service. Somebody's gonna look out for them. You know what I mean?
But not to just include the ones that look good. I know girls that's monsters, but they'll find a way to get it. So I know girls that was, you know,
even if they had to go to a job, the job more likely would choose her over the man that's probably even qualified. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And have way more skills. It's just because it's a woman, or because she look nice, or because she's nice. Not even like looks, but because she's nice. But then or not even just say somebody black, but just a man, period. He come in, they want to do extra background checks. They want to put him through extra. You know what I mean? She didn't go through that, but because he coming in, they already feeling like some type of way or intimidated or whatever. It's just like, damn, we already got it up against us, and hard, but they just got it like easy in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's just like right now, I just feel like, I mean, it's always been like that, but now it's even kind of worse because it's like the economy, like, you know what I mean? We really working, and then on top of it, if we even working, we taking care of the woman at home, so she got more time to even try to be talking to other men or doing other boys, because we're trying to provide for her. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna leave us for the motherfucker that got a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? But this holding it down, taking care of her kids, all the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I know girls that was out there taking a stroll for cheeseburgers, and they were still getting the money for the cheeseburgers. So it's like, I know women take no stroll with them.
And it's I know women that had good dudes, and they paying for shit. They doing everything. Baby didn't really have to lift a finger, and she chose the broke dude. You know what I'm saying? And she was doing everything for the broke dude, even taking the dude that's taking care of her money and giving it to the broke. And it was just like some shit didn't make no sense. But at the end of the day, I just had, like you said, emotions and all to operate. It's just like it was easy for her. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then after that broke her heart, all of a sudden, I don't want to broke, but she still chooses the same kind of dudes. But she'll use the dude that is really down for her. So, you know what I mean? It just, and then they can lie so easily and manipulate, so they can't even get somebody else that want to, you know what I'm saying, fulfill that position and that title. So
Well, just to let you know, he ain't talking about, take out the part where Jay said about giving the money to the next dude. He's talking about you, Adriel. I'm just letting you know that it's
oh God, no, that ain't definitely ain't Now mind you, I'd have been played like us and like cheated on and shit like that. But they ain't never, you know what
taking my money.
Hell no, you feel me? Now I done took care of my family like that. And if a woman ever ran off, it's because she ran off. But they ain't never, I ain't a trick. They ain't never got me from the bread though. But you know, but I say that too because I was the one of them. I know they coming to give it to me, and it's like that's why I definitely didn't ever take them serious because it's like if you'd have did that to old
Yeah.
boy, and
Right.
and the things you telling me, I could tell he a good dude, like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's life. You feel me? I got to get mine. But at the end of the day, it
Right.
was just like I can't take her serious because if she did that to him, what you think gonna she do to me? Come on now, how
Mm-hmm.
you get him is how you leave him. You know what I'm talking about? So,
Yeah, I hear you. Like, as
oh
soon as you
God,
say you love me and you don't even know my name, you're like, come on, I'm not no
that's
sucker.
the ultimate hustle. That saying you love. So now you got my walls down. I'm vulnerable,
Yeah.
and start really
Mm-hmm.
loving you. That's when the bitch start to come in and start playing. Like you feel me? Like, and it's like I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
it now. I didn't see it because I'm blinded by the, like sort of say blind love. Like I'm blinded by the
Yeah.
love. Nah, you over here doing the extra like every time you go to work now, you
Yeah.
leaving or you doing certain that you normally wouldn't do.
Exactly.
Like you ain't
Mhm.
slick. Like, you know what I'm
See, that's
saying?
why I have to agree with you that women are good at hustling, but when the emotions come into play, nah.
Oh yeah, yeah. They know how to sabotage though, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even lie about that. What do you consider a
Exactly.
loss? What do you consider a loss when hustling?
What do I consider a lost in hustling? For me, it will be good people, the people that I let down. You can always lose money and get it back. You can always lose material stuff and get it back. But the ones that believe in you, the ones that care about you, if you do them wrong, 99%, 99% of the time, the chances, whatever, you ain't getting them back because they see fault in you
Mm.
now, and you ain't gonna really waste the energy to prove that you had a lapse, and it was like a glitch in the matrix that you just messed up. They're not gonna believe in you anymore. So I feel like when you have somebody in your corner, like this is what I always told my girl son: good people, they're hard to find, they're hard to come by, and if somebody's treating you good, you can't do them wrong. And that goes the same thing, same for a person as an adult. If you have good people in your corner, you can't mess that up. I don't care, even if you feel like you're being shady. Don't even you that thought you need to dead because what's the chance of you getting another person in your life that's willing to then go out that way for you? And a lot of people don't realize that until it's too late. Like I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna say the person's name, but a lot of people they try to play games with me, and I did a lot of things for their family, and then now I see them out here, and I'm like, that's what you did? Like you want to be a snake for
Struggling,
that? Like come on, dude, you're struggling, and it's
man.
crazy. Like like this is sad. Even my pops, he gave me life, but he ain't my pops. And then this nigga be like, "What up, big homie?" I'm like, "Nigga, I ain't your big homie. Fuck out of here." Like this is what I'm talking about. Like I show you love, but you my father, but you a snake, and people don't get that.
Man, likewise, man. Same thing with my pops, man. Like, nigga ain't never did shit for me, but I done help this nigga get a car. I try to get this nigga a home. I done motherfucker put money
Mm-hmm.
in this nigga pocket, all kind of
Yeah,
shit. And sometimes I be feeling like, nigga, who's the dad? Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, right,
Like, nigga, I don't have to do this shit, but you made me, nigga. Why you can't, you know what I'm
right.
saying? And now he see
Mm-hmm.
me and he be like, acting like he's so happy or whatever the case may be because he can brag to other people or whatever. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
niggas don't even know the truth because I don't really put, what I'm saying,
Right,
it out there. But like, nigga ain't did shit for me, nigga. We don't even talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that nigga. Like, and but that's just because it's like I know how you is. So the more I stay away from you, it's better for both of us because I don't want to have to
right.
do nothing to you if you try to snake me again. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
no matter what, street codes is street codes, and that's life codes for me. Like I'm not about to because you when you do something to me, you're doing something to my kids. You know what I mean? You take money from me, you're taking money out of their mouth. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do uh, nothing or trick myself off of trick my position off of being a provider and a businessman because you did some stupid shit. Like you know what I mean? So I just stopped fucking with
Okay.
that dude.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay, so before we close out, let me ask you this one last question. What is one, or is there two things that you regret so far in your journey?
Um, That's a good question. Let me say this. there's some things I probably when to think about it, like damn, kind of wish I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait. No, let me answer the question first. The first question, um, and I'll just reiterate it for people that don't remember. Uh, what do you consider a loss when hustling?
Yeah.
Um, I would say quitting and lying.
Right.
Only reason I say okay, I say lying first because it's like if you hustling and if you like kind of reiterate what you said, if nobody could trust you,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, then your hustle's not going to prosper. But I say quitting because we could lose money. Like I said, we can, you know, shit, hell, even lose people sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
considering on the situation wide, you know. But if you quit, that's a total loss because
Yeah.
things can happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? Your business could be not thriving right now, but tomorrow it might peak like a motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes a lot of like, especially with like people that are artists, like, you know, music or, you know, just art, period, like people that do media, anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
things can change real fast. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you quit, that shit is never going to change. So I
Mm-hmm.
think the loss for that is just quitting. Like I would do what I'm doing right now, even if it didn't pop for 15 years, but that 16 year, it might, man, multi-million, billion-dollar company, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I would say
Exactly.
quitting. But back to the
Well,
second question, um, there are some things that I probably, you know, looking back or analyze, sometimes we got to analyze that I wish I didn't do just
mm-hmm.
because, you know, like now a nigga's wiser and more efficient or more having more passion about what I do. But to
Yeah.
be honest with you, there's not much that I wouldn't change. Like I don't really regret I don't really regret nothing because it made me who I am today, and it makes
Right.
me want to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It took them losses, it took them mistakes, it took the things that, you know what I mean, that I know now that I could do better to do better
Right.
now. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say nothing.
Okay. I hear you.
What about you? You regret something? You regret anything?
I would say two things. I'm gonna start with the bad and then end with the good. The one thing that I will always regret and I live with is the fact that when I went home, and you know we all have like struggles and demons that we try to overcome. But my aunt, she was a recovering, addict, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Hey, Steven, let me get some money so I get some trees." And I wasn't even thinking because me and my cousin, we was busy trying to smash this girl down the hall, her and her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, all right, here you go. So I gave her money, and then she went and bought crack with it. And the next thing you know, she OD'd. So that's one thing I regret during the hustle. And then the second thing I would say is when we was filming in Catalina Island, the fake love video, I was busy saving up money because I was trying to, I'm not one of these people that be like, yeah, I got all this money that I'm just going to get a feature. I save my money up. It has to like be beneficial to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I reach out to these artists and I'm like, how much, you know, you charging for a feature, and if it's right, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the video in Catalina Island for Fake Love, and I was saving up the money to do a feature with Nip, and then after that, he got murdered. So that's one thing I regret. So now, when there's an artist that I really want to do a feature with, no matter what, I just pay for the feature right then and there. I'm not like wasting no time, not procrastinating nothing, because you never know. Like I keep saying, tomorrow will not promise. So those are the two things I regret.
Well, shit, out of regrets, that's the best thing I've heard. Like that, you know, a reason I would say to regret something. Definitely. No, that's prime and trivial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hustlemania.
Yeah, man. Shit. Episode 3, man. We're gonna keep it coming, man, and y'all stay tuned with us. But we're gonna close it out. Um to all the hustlers, the millionaire hustlers
Hustling
around the world, man.
around the
Uh
world.
we thank you for watching. and keep on hustling, keep on prospering, and love.
Cheers.
Cheers.